Good morning. I am recording this in Irving, Texas, outside of Dallas, and I'm just sharing with you something I'm trying out for the first time. See, I've been traveling to the Dallas area for work about once a month, every month for the last 4 years. And there have even been times when I had to cancel a camping trip or a hiking trip because I needed to be here for work. It wasn't until just a few months ago I realized Cedar Hill State Park is just 20 to 25 minutes south of the office where I go to every single month. Now, I could tack on a couple of PTO days, but that's extra expense on a rental car, uh, you know, well, mainly rental car and PTO. Plus, I want to get home to my family. So, something I'm trying out this trip is the first night I'm in a hotel room. So, this is a hotel close to where I work, and this allows me to iron out my clothes for the rest of the time that I'm here on this trip. And then the next night, so tonight, I'm actually going to stay at Cedar Hill State Park. I'm going to do a little light hiking during the night, eat at camp, and the next morning, do another morning hike early in the morning, eat some breakfast, and then head on into the office after I stop at the showers there at the state park. So that's a key thing. I can't go to work dirty and smelling like smoke in the outdoors. So fortunately, the state parks here in Texas have shower units, and I'll have access to those. So I will be clean, and I will be shaved, and I will go on in. Now, I haven't really gotten ready for work yet. I ran downstairs, had a quick breakfast, and I also was, doing my morning routine. But let me show you what I packed, because I can't bring the full kit, and I really don't have to because I'm not doing anything rugged. It's really just car camping. So everything I need would have to fit in my carry-on, get past the TSA, and really not be too involved, and I can still get my outdoor fix. So let's take a look at what I packed. So here's the inside of my suitcase. This is my outfit for today. So I'll need to iron that in just a moment. And then I'm also going to be preparing my outfit for tomorrow. So I had to pack a hanger I could take with me, put my pants and my shirt on here, as well as my jacket. So this will hang in the car today because I'm checking out of the hotel in about an hour and a half. I've got my poncho because if it rains, I do want to have that covered in case I'm caught out there. This is just a fanny pack. So instead of bringing a full-on backpack, because I'm not doing any backpacking, I'm just going to be doing some trails that are well marked and mapped. So really just a fanny pack. If I put a lot of stuff in it, so I got a space on my fanny pack here for water bottles. So I have a couple of water bottles I'll pick up at the grocery store this evening. Any snacks I want to put in there, breakfast, my phone, I will go in there. And then if I want to look all stupid, I got some straps I can use to make like a pseudo backpack out of that fanny pack. Oh look, my underwear. All right, I've got my hat. This is soaked in permethrin. This is a boonie cap. I traded a British RAF airman back in 2001. Traded my field cap when I was in the Army for this. You can't smell it, but permethrin. So that'll keep the mosquitoes off of me. Hiking clothes. So this is my pants. Also, it's cargo pants soaked in permethrin because I just have this fear of mosquitoes. Hiking socks. I got actually two pairs. One here. Actually, no, I only packed one pair because I'm only going to be doing this one day. And then a spare pair of socks, also soaked in permethrin. My hiking t-shirt, soaked in permethrin. Yay! So you see a theme here. Here are my hiking shoes. These are actually very lightweight. They're kind of like, what does my son call them? Anyway, they're knit type of material at the top. They really pack down. And I actually got these because one, they're lightweight, and two, I could really squish them down and get them into a suitcase or something. This is actually my sleeping bag. It's going to be overkill because it's 90-something degrees today on the high, and on the low it's going to be about 76. I really don't need something like this until I get down to the 70s, maybe. So that's just there, just in case. If anything, I'll use it as a pillow. So that's a 40-degree down sleeping bag. Then we got a towel and washcloth because I did say this is Army. This is old because I've been out of the Army for like 15, 20 years. So anyway, it's taking its beating. And washcloth, yay, because I got to wash my rear end. Woohoo! Especially after a couple of hikes. I did bring a cook kit, but here's the weird thing. I might go stoveless. So I've got in here my bandana, my ultralight alcohol stove. I have my hobo coffee mug, and then I have the blue enamel type of coffee cup as well to use as my pot, and a little koozie. So if I want, I could pick up, something to make that's warm. Just boil water, add that. Yet I think I'm going the route of no cook, but I brought it just in case, just to try it out. I would have to pick up fuel for that, which is that yellow bottle of Heat, HEET, or actually isopropyl alcohol, 90% or higher. And actually, I found that at the Kroger just down the street. I'd also have to pick up matches and, matches. So there's a couple of things I wouldn't be able to bring back with me. This is the line for my tarp. So this is my rain fly or tarp. So if I think it's gonna rain, I can have this set up ready to go. And then my new hammock with straps. This is my all-in-one integrated cocoon hammock. It's got mosquito net built in, and guess what I did with this also? Yes, I treated it with permethrin. So I'm not getting touched by mosquitoes, ticks, spiders, or anything like that. So that's really all I brought. I didn't have to bring a whole I could have brought a compass. I kind of have one on my phone. And since I'm going to be near my car, I could always charge my phone. I also brought a spare battery. It's in my work bag. So if I need to charge my phone before I hit the trails, I can do that. And there's a compass on my phone. Did I mention that? If not, you just heard it. If I did already mention it, I've got a compass, one way, shape, or form. And then also, I didn't really bring a knife. I'm going to be in a place that's pretty well maintained, pretty well patrolled. So I didn't feel the need to go get a knife, bring a knife. Plus, I had to get on a plane, so I can't have a knife. Doesn't quite get past TSA. So, no knife, no fire-making ability. And if I want those things, I can purchase those after I get off work today. However, that's going to cut into my time in the park. So I might just forego the knife, forego the fire, because I'm not going to be putting myself in a situation where I need those things or must have those things. And then I can find ways to work around that. I can use a battery and some foil. I could, steel wool. Anyway, too late. I'm over here now. So anyway, if I came to a survival situation, and here's the other thing, if I came down to a survival situation, I could just pack up and stay in my car. And if I really, really needed a place to go to, I'm here on a work trip, I could just book a hotel room and then write off the camping part as a personal expense. So it's a benefit to my company for doing this. I get my camping fix, and it saves my company money because instead of shelling out hundreds of dollars or over $100 for a hotel room, I get a campsite for about $25. So, it's like a win-win in my eyes. So, I'm gonna give it a shot. If this works, my next trip is actually a 4-day trip, and 2 of those nights could actually be spent at Tyler State Park here in Texas. So I'll see how this works. If this process worked out really well, then that's what I'm going to do. So the first night I spend in an actual hotel. That gives me a chance to iron all my clothes, get everything laid out. This only works if I've got a rental car or a place to put my clothing where it won't get wrinkled. So that's the key thing, because I actually have to go to work all the days that I'm here. So it's only in the evenings and the early mornings that I get to spend time enjoying the parks and camping out under the stars in my hammock where it's nice and comfortable. So there's my plan. Next clip is going to be me actually in Cedar Hill State Park. That's him making my latte, frothing my milk. Okay, it took me about an hour just to pick this one site. But that's my view for tonight. That's my picnic table. This is the other tree. That's my man-made tree right there. I'm going to hang up a hammock, get changed for the outdoors. Fortunately, I don't have any backside neighbors, and this is going to be nice. Let's get unpacked. This feels like cheating to me, charging my iPhone. But I'm charging my iPhone with a view. Alright, so I'm going to show you my setup for the night, even with the rain fly out. Sorry, there's an ant on me. So if you don't know about Cedar Hill State Park, they're kind of overrun by ants that are not indigenous to Texas. The first kind is the Argentine ant from, well, Argentina and Brazil. And then the other one is called a crazy ant, I think is what they call it on the website. Apparently they move really fast. Well, they're everywhere. They're not fun. I had to eat my dinner real fast because I was racing the ants. Anyway, let's check out my crib. This is the full setup. I got my rain fly out. I actually changed up how I have it. So if you've seen some of my other videos, I have it in an A-frame. This is actually an irregular pitch. So it's a little bit longer here and then at a weird angle. You can't really see it from here as well. However, it gives me more shade basically if it's hot, sunny, and I just change how I lay in it. And so that's the setup right there. I want to point out something. I wasn't sure if I could take aluminum stakes on a plane because I never have, and I didn't want to just buy some on the other end and try to sucker somebody into holding onto my stakes for me. Well, I'm in the woods. I'm sure there are plenty of sticks, and I found two. One, and over yonder, number two. Stuck them in the ground. They're holding quite nicely. Just put your body weight down and they sink right in. So that's good. One of the things I love about the irregular pitch is that it gives me more length on my tarp, but also I don't have four corners to stake down. I only have two. There's one there and one on the other side. This is actually the center. If I go A-frame, this is what clips into here, right there. And then I would have to actually stake it down on this corner. In fact, I still got the rope tie out there and the tie out there. I just left them on because you never know. It may get bad enough where I need to switch it up and make this an A-frame, put the D-ring there, and stake out all four corners. I'm not going to leave this out. I'm actually going to put it up because I want to see the night sky, but I've got it pre-staked in case it rains. Here we are on the inside. There's my view of the lake. Right there. See? Now, if it rains, the way I'm laying right now, my tarp is not going to protect my head. So the way to get around that is simple. My feet will go from here to there, and my head will go to the other side. That's it. Problem solved. I don't know why I'm shooting this. Now, this particular hammock that I'm in is called the Mosquito Hammock by, I forgot who made it. Anyway, it's a single wide, so it's not as wide as I'm used to. The Superman or the Time Machine, the red and blue one that I have, that I had in a lot of my earlier videos, and the one I learned how to hammock camp in, is actually a double wide, or a double, so I can really lay flat in it. Now, this is also what they call a single layer, meaning this fabric is only one sheet or one ply in a way, to use toilet paper terms. That means that if bugs were out and they were rampant, even though I've got this mosquito net above me, they could bite me from underneath. So the way I got around that is I actually soaked this whole thing in permethrin. It's a mosquito repellent, kind of like DEET, but actually it's meant for your clothing. The military designed it. I actually used it on my uniforms when I was in Iraq, and the mosquitoes left me alone. It's apparently very safe once you let it dry. In fact, my clothing, so my pants and my shirt and my socks that I'm wearing, also treated with permethrin. They said chiggers are actually pretty rampant out here right now, and I didn't want to get bit up. I want this to be the first trip I do where I don't get bit up by insects. We'll see how that goes. The last trip I did to Goose Island State Park, which I didn't shoot video of, I had a gap in my bug net. It was a separate bug net from the hammock, and when I woke up, I had a cluster about that big around, nothing but mosquito bites, and that was just on my right shoulder. So who knows? Maybe I got West Nile virus. No, I'm kidding. That's not something to joke about, Jerry. Well, I've got this pitched the way I want it, and I think what I want to do now is just fill up my water bottles, drink a little bit of water, and roll my tarp up so I can sleep under the stars tonight. If it rains, I just jump right out, stake out my rain fly or the tarp that's above me, get back in, and I'm nice and dry. So, here we go. Good morning. It's 5 a.m. I slept really well. Not as much of a breeze as I thought there would be. You probably can't see anything right now. It's because it's still dark outside. Sunrise isn't for another hour and a half.